Hi, I wanted to talk today about bad behaviour. There's a lot of bad behaviour around at the moment. Hollywood, Houses of Parliament, the White House, and our workplaces. Harassment is rife. Sexual, racial, personal malice. It's intimidating and it's discriminative. It's overt, it's passive, it's conscious, it's unconscious, and it's habit. And here's the thing. You're thinking, what's this got to do with me? I'm a decent person. I'm not a bully. I don't harass people. I'm not a predator or a racist. But we all judge. We're hardwired to judge. It's what our brains do to keep us safe. It's primal. It's how we've always ensured that we can find food and feed our families. So if we can just exert a little bit more power over our neighbours, and if we can be just a little bit better than them, a little bit richer than them, a little bit more successful than them, then we'll get the promotion, we'll keep our jobs, we'll rise to the top of the pile. So whether we're conscious of it or not, we all judge, and we don't know how we come across, and that our language, verbal and non-verbal, can be threatening. Many of us are very angry and violent towards each other, and violence doesn't have to be physical. And as a result, in work we feel attacked and we retreat and we hide. These are bad times and these are bad behaviours, and it's time to change. And it's time to speak up. It's time to call out that bad behaviour and say it's not okay. Let's talk about what's going on here and what's holding us back, what's holding us all back, men and women, because the patriarchy oppresses and represses us all. So if your work culture doesn't encourage an open dialogue, if it doesn't accept difference, then it is oppressive, and it is oppressing the men as much as the women. Your work colleagues shouldn't be a threat. They should have your back and you should have their back. And it's anti-bullying week at my son's school this week. And this has really been on my mind. He and his fellow 5-year-old classmates are being taught what is not acceptable behaviour. Behaviour that doesn't respect their individual rights in terms of who they are. And what a shame that most of us in work today didn't receive that form of education 20, 30, 40 years ago. Because whether we're women, whether we're black, whether we're Muslim, homosexual, mentally or physically disabled, whether we're parents, we're all different, and that's okay, and we should accept and respect our differences. Whether that's in work or at home. So, what are we going to do about these seriously bad habits that we've got into? And they are habits, and habits are stubborn, but they can be changed. You can be the change. And I think we have to change. We're holding each other back. And for my part, I'm going to do a series of talks in organisations, those organisations, those leaders who are bold enough to let me in. And I'm going to talk about positive behaviours in work and give some advice and techniques as to how we can evolve our behaviours into positive ones that enable our organisations to be productive, to be thriving and to be successful. So if you'd like me to come in and talk to your team, get in touch and I'll add you to my schedule. And let's start a conversation about changing habits from bad to positive, changing behaviours from unacceptable to acceptable. And in so doing, let's keep our people feeling safe and empowered and able to thrive in their work. I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.